everyone, and welcome to listen. Finally back in the studio, and I told y'all when the Wyntis Hall show came back to the studio who my very first guest was gonna be, and I have with me none other than the king of party blues, Mr. Maurice Davis. Now, y'all, wait a minute. We're going to give y'all a few minutes for everybody to tap in. And y'all know I'm in share jail, right? So, everybody, please, for me, share it to someone, tell someone to tell a friend that A10 News Media Group is back on again. And go ahead and make sure that you hit that share button. And I am going to share it to a couple of more groups. I promise not to take too long because we want to dive right into everything and I don't want to waste anyone's time. I love to give my fans, my hall
Absolutely.
monitors,
Absolutely.
all of me, all of me. They have all of me for 6 to 7 every Thursday, and sometimes other days of the week. So shout out to A10 News Media Group and the greatest producer in the world, Mickey Jordan.
Absolutely.
What's up, Mickey?
Hey, how y'all doing?
You doing pretty good today.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm happy to see the man that I was.
Okay, one, couple more, couple more.
He showed us the way to freedom.
Oh yeah, he let us know that we was free. He let us know that.
Oh, most definitely.
So all right, I'm glad to have everyone on here. Good evening. I got Trevor. I got Mama Quill, Harletta, Gina, Kevin Butler, Denise Morgan, Councilwoman Tanya Burns, everybody on the YouTube side, oh, Miss Barb Constable, Renee Jackson, Right versus Wrong. See, I have to look up there on the screen to get everybody, but make sure you guys go ahead and share. And while you are sharing, please tell someone. I want everybody tonight to make sure that you go out and grab one person and tell them to go over to YouTube, find A10 News Media Group, click that subscribe, the like, and also that little bell so you'll get a notification every time A10 News Media Group goes live. So, once again, welcome to our house, the king, Mr. Maurice Davis. How you doing?
Good. What a privilege and honor to be here with y'all.
I'd be excited when you be on. It's like
I'm excited to be here with
the
you
king,
all.
y'all.
This is gorgeous. This is gorgeous.
Thank you. I was
Wow.
gonna ask you now, how you like our new fancy
I
things,
love it. I love it.
We big time now.
Oh, you are.
But
Wow.
thank you. Y'all know I'm gonna be blushing because the king on here, because y'all know that everybody that really know me, every time I walk into a party, I want them to play Maurice Davis.
You do. And I thank you so much.
Every time. And I know they done probably told you that too. Because Wyntis is going to ask for Maurice Davis. Everybody.
And you show up everywhere we play.
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
I got to show up.
And
everywhere.
I really appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you. So we're going to go ahead and get right into things. He's a national blues recording artist, but he's also a for everyone that's watching all over the United States. He's a former Flint councilman.
Yes.
Of the Second Ward.
Yes.
And you did 4 years.
Four whole years.
4 years
without
on Flint City
absent,
Council.
without missing a vote.
So,
zero absence.
When did you? Let's get a little history here, because this is something that I don't know. Two things that I wanted to ask you tonight that I really didn't know. When did you first get your start in politics?
By being the president of our neighborhood association over in Civic Park. It's a historic district. And Land Bank, the one who put all of these associations together. Church up the street, Joy Tabernacle, they started having meetings up there. I wasn't familiar with the meetings, but I know Land Bank introduced the meetings, and Renetta Speed was the chair. So we started our own, but we didn't know it was about money. I didn't at the time. So we had association, and it was enticing to hear all the good accolades that Land Bank could do this and do that and beautify the neighborhood. And that's how I got started. Because we was already doing the cleanups. We was already doing the work. I've been over there 35 years. And I own quite a bit of property over there. So it wasn't nothing for me or the neighbors to call me to help them because I had the equipment to do it with. And that's how it started.
But notice I said, everybody, I said politics. and he associated politics with the neighborhood association. Politics. And you know, the neighborhood associations play a part in politics. We've already talked about that all this week. The second thing I wanted to know, you came back, I think it was, well, I'm not even gonna say you came back. I remember when you first started your podcast, Saturday morning.
Yes.
And it was like, who is this man? Everybody like, Wyntis, that's Maurice Davis. No, no, this is Maurice Davis.
Mm-hmm.
What gave you that passion to come back? Because you were already nationally known. You were traveling.
My music, I was on the phone with the four top members before I came on here today.
Mm-hmm.
Writing music, that's what I do nationally, but you don't get respect at home, but abroad we do. But
right.
The reason being, Wyntis, is this. When you was born and raised on the north end of Flint, Northwestern, Martin, I went to all of the schools on North End, and still to this day, everybody got a home. But when you see, well, let me say it like this: when you're able to jump above everybody musically, you may not know. I traveled with Fred Sanford. Her name is Aunt Esther in Las Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
All of that stuff, everything you can do in music, I've done it. I'm a blues musician. Johnny Taylor, Tyrone, we did travel TV show. Till this day, I still do.
Right.
But it's hard when you see people going spiral on. I'm going up and everybody else going down. They deserve better than that. And by the way, Dr. Lee Bell, the one actually pushed me into politics because yes, we was over at Paul's, ironically, on the 92.1 whatever his radio station doing a radio broadcast. And he would call and say, "Look,
that's right, you did start out over there. I forgot about that."
And before that was Kettering.
Okay.
We was on the radio at Kettering.
Okay.
But Paul said, "Look, Maurice, you're gonna have to help these folks back in the water crisis." And I said, "Ain't nowhere in the world I did not want to. You must. I'm not doing it." But he was adamant about you gonna help them, Dr. Lee Bell. And I said, "If they want me in there, I'll do it." And the neighbors pushed me to do it. I never ever wanted to get no politics, but people over in this side of town, they was losing everything.
Right.
Land Bank came up with this concocted idea about they were gonna beautify the north end. Watch this. So by me being the president, they had me to go to the state, and we brought $2.6 million over on Dayton that the residents know nothing about.
Wow.
2.6. I went to the state with Renetta wasn't there, but it was Christine Kelly, all the big wheels of the land bank. I had a deal for Civic Park. It ended up going over to the Swayze. People don't know it. Nobody in the whole conference, when I got through explaining the passion of please help these folks keep their house, it ain't about me. I don't want to see these folks lose their house.
Right.
The guy listened. He called New York and said, I want your office to call my office. Long story short, he did a deal before I left last. Guess what? It got reallocated, and they swept that under the rug. And I'm mad about it today. That was supposed to have been to help people keep their homes and develop Civic Park School. But people got a thing about lying to poor folks. Ain't no big eyes, little U's.
Right.
I'm straight. I'm straight. That's why I say whatever come up, come out.
Right.
Because the truth don't need no help. You can dress a lie up however. But when you don't fit the mold of neediness, people come at you because I just tell you the flat out truth and I'm done with it. But long story short, they did not enhance Civic Park. They destroyed it. And that's why I show on the podcast. And now I see the vision because I know the vision of land bank. Don't give me what you gonna do, and I know what you have done. When they use that word moving Flint forward, it's the move forward. But it left the residents way back there, and you're not gonna get in that car. That's why opera funds, $0. The water, $0. The habitat funds came in at 1.5.
How you gonna talk about it? How you know what I got wrote down?
I'm gonna shut up.
No, you did this before, but no. I mean, that's how similar
they
we
deserve.
Think, you know,
them people homes is paid for. I was at a place yesterday, Rainbow Muffler, right down the street from here. A lady was in there. She said she didn't know me from a can of paint. She had hit a pothole in Flint, and she said, "Nobody gonna help me. I ain't got $500 and something dollars, sir." And you know what? She go to New Jerusalem Church. She say, "I'm ready to go home. I'm tired. I'm ready." Ma'am, don't say that. I give up. You can see the tears in her eyes. I give up. I can't. And that's why I said on the podcast yesterday, I got to thinking, they pushed me out of office. Only one left there with power and got the talent to do it is Mays. I looked at my wallet, I pulled Mays' number out. These folks are desperate, but some people on the mountaintop, some people in the valley. I'm not concerned with the mountaintop, the valley, because you reap what you sow. And I'm going to shut up right
Well, I mean, you told the truth. And one question I want to ask before we go into the questions I have wrote here.
there.
Maurice, I always say, and if people watch me, everybody that's been following me, you know that I have said, if I said it once, I've said it 100 times, that you were the first one that I heard say. The first time they bought you out, that's when it's
That's
475.
correct. That's correct.
The second time they're going to tax you out.
That's correct.
I was like, I kind of didn't understand it. I had to ask questions. I listened, and I heard you explain it in greater detail the other night when you said, when they build these new structures,
Correct.
that's raising, everybody's hollering about raising their
Correct.
property value, but with that comes raising of property tax.
Yes.
So you said if you don't do anything else, pay your water bill
That's absolutely
and
correct.
pay your taxes.
That's absolutely correct.
Because you said you knew what was coming. And look at us today. How do you feel when people, you were trying to help people and do the right thing, and you got a swift kick in the ass?
It don't feel good because see and by the way, right versus wrong, I was born and raised in Flint. It don't feel good. They know they're running scams. Christina Kelly made it clear. It started on Dayton Street. All of this started on Dayton because it was sheltered. It's a national historic district, but it's protected locally, like Carriagetown. The same money you see going to Carriagetown supposed to go over in that poor side of town as well. But by being people of color and poor folks, they ain't put a dime over there. Number one. Number two, they knew that the taxes would increase at every property, every partial you see the mayor and them taking down. Write it down. It automatically stabilizes the neighborhood and increases your property tax. Every structure, no matter if it come from opera or nothing. Now, here go the trick. When I said that they're going to tax us out, you got the what's that structure with Flint and them? You got the North Flint reinvestment.
Do you think that store ever gonna
No.
open? Okay.
If it is, it ain't for that. It's open to fail, and I'm gonna sit that there for a minute.
Okay.
I know what I'm talking about. It's
Okay.
open to fail.
Okay.
But they build that structure. I forgot exactly 17, however many $1 million. Bursting Field House, Brian Nolan up. City was charging him $300, I think, a month. And now it's signed over to the chamber now, and they got it. That's what the work you see. They putting out, forgot how many million into that facility. Across the street is a sports complex.
Wait a minute. The
Okay.
city of Flint don't own Burston anymore.
They own it, but they sold it over to a 20 or 25-year lease with the mayor. This was just asked with Quincy Murphy sitting there.
Wow.
Ask him if I'm lying. When you don't comply, and you know much, they had to call me every name but the child of God to get me out of it because accurate knowledge is going to hurt you. Because at the end of the day, at the beginning, I was trying to go along with it. I could not do it because I'm watching these folks get evicted. I know everything over there going to lose their house. Not me. If you retired on fixed income, they got a scale. They said they know your median income. I got the paperwork. And instead of buying you out, they raise the taxes over your income, and that's how they going to tax you out. And the study was done, like I'm sitting here with University of Michigan students in my beauty shop. And they did an urban renewal study tied to urban renaissance. Nobody know that but me and Beverly. But people laugh, but they won't laugh long. This here plan is actually going to hit hard within 5 to 10 years. you include me, I'm guaranteed to lose my business. And I could explain it.
You laid it out for us years ago. You started talking about the master plan. You told us that the city of Flint, we don't even own our own master plan. We played a clip last night before we started the show. It was a clip from Boys in the Hood
Yes.
where he was talking about gentrification.
Seen it. Seen it.
He said, "What does this sign say behind me?"
Correct.
And it said, "We buy houses
Correct.
for cash."
Correct.
What do we see on every corner? We buy houses for cash. And then they come in and they demo and then they revitalize.
Correct.
You showed us, you told us all of that, how it was wrote down. You said you sit on the board of economic development. Maurice, tell us
recently
what's going on.
What it is this. You try to appease both. Like I even say what they went on news media and the podcast. When we was in, I tried to appease what was going on. With Neely in there, I told Weaver, I said, "I'm sorry, you're not the mayor. I have to work with this new mayor, which was Neely."
Right.
I work with him. But on the backside, they think you're a damn fool because it's bigger than me. They call me a puppet. That's why I know how Jerry feel. I know how Tanya Burns feel, and soon to be Pfeiffer. It's movements, it's moving parts behind it. But at the end of the day, only one gonna lose is the people that actually trusted them to help them, and they're hurting them the most. And that's scary to me. My stuff is paid for.
Right.
I ain't never worried about losing nothing. If anything, I can relocate this second. But what I'm trying to say is this. On the board of economic development, I heard oftentimes y'all talking about Ashley Capital. All along, I'm just shaking my head because I know what's going on. I'm on the board of economic development. But since I done came kind of more verbal with it, there's pushbacks. But the dysfunction is upstairs, called city council. But the management, the mayor equal all 9 of them. People need to understand why they laughing and playing around. Mm-hmm. Mays is only one vote on one little side of town, and it's the poor side. The money in Flint, Michigan ain't in the 5th ward, it's in the 2nd ward. Because it's untapped entities. Yes, you have Charles Stewart Mott downtown, you have Community Foundation downtown, Roof Mott, you have a lot of philanthropists down there. But the new money, Shokes and them approached me for what I got on Dayton. Say, Davis, they did a $250,000 offer to me and Beverly for what we have over there.
Wow. So you know, if they said 250, it's probably worth $1 million.
He explained it all, and it really made me mad because he said, "Well, I tell you what, that's the beginning. Told me everything. They're gonna take out the street, that little side street, and they're gonna make my business a small Capitol Theater."
They telling you what's gonna go.
Well, they told me. But while people speculating and laughing, I could say the hell with it, sign, and you'll find out one line. They got to have civic private school because brownfield. I'm on the brownfield economic development board. That's money when you got old contaminated property, and it comes with federal and state dollars to rehab it. Not as a resident, but you got to be a developer. That's what you see at the Grand Traverse, Swayze House, the Capitol Theater, Cultural Center Academy. My name is on that. The Hilton Hotel, Garden. All of that stuff is made off of brownfield money. But it's developers. It's brownfield on the far north, across at that plaza. It's money, but don't y'all electing folks that's holding stuff back. Mays can't know. Mays ain't in these meetings. So what Mays do know, he telling you. But the danger part is this. You don't have enough people with skin in the game that will stand up and tell you the raw truth. If I never get elected, you can't side and tell you. Because people, they elect because they're not stable enough. So they need a little $300 or $400 a month.
Right.
Man, get out of here with that garbage. That's crumbs. Get these folks, if I trust you to help me, that's why the agenda never have their interest on it. Y'all talking about the garbage truck? Notice the cans and you holding up. No. You holding up. If you over 55, freeze them folks' taxes because your income is frozen. Cost of living goes up every day. If you over there, it should not be no stipulations. When you need a roof, don't fault me because I was a doctor, but now I'm laid off. I need help as well. So if opera money come in, how in the hell you gonna pick and choose who you get the money to?
Well, I want to
Every
ask
resident.
you that too. How do you feel about the ARPA money going to the 501c3s and you got to qualify for your own money?
That's all a lie. They scams. But it's hard for me because a minute I say, fuck, I'm finna leave. I can't do it. Because just like that lady said, I'm ready gone. You've been poisoning, people dying. Beverly niece died from Legionnaires' disease.
Yes.
On the same street, right across from Mays. They right in the same arena. Died. Not a dime. People don't know the truth, and I get it. But this is not no time, just like they bombing over in Israel. It might have been funny before the bombs dropped, but the bombs gonna drop right here in Genesee County at an age you can't afford to start over. Because the new modern housing, as Neely, Glenn, in essence, his wife, Community First, ask them, what is affordable housing? Why are you saying housing instead of affordable apartments? Because he told me verbatim, Davis, these houses over here on the north side is too old a housing stock to invest in. So you're gonna wait, you're gonna make people that 75, 55 that's paid for their home start all over? Well, they ain't worth putting money in. That's why y'all got all these new bills. How now? But the thing of it is, it's stipulations, they ain't gonna qualify. Just like when them apartments got built over there off of Atherton, that was over in the projects, and they put them down on Saginaw. The people they claim they was billing them for didn't qualify, and made them go through hoops, classes. It's horrific how they doing, poor folks. But people don't know because of politics. It sounds good. Apple tree produces apples.
I seen where you also mentioned on your podcast, it was supposed to be some redevelopment where the projects, we call them projects, out on Carpenter Road.
Yes.
And I think it was you or either I seen it on your page. I seen it somewhere, and I'm sure you know about it or heard about it.
Yes.
They had meetings.
Yes.
But I didn't see anybody in those meetings that looked like they lived in the projects on Carpenter Road. So how does that work, Maurice?
Let me tell you, every meeting they ever had, it pisses me off. Public hearings is where the black folks, poor folks, public hearings, city council, at these little sales at Haskell Center, Haskell Brain Center, them are public hearings. Real meetings, nobody look like you. Planning development, Susan Wilcox, and I'm mad because I know the game that got run, but that game ran about 7, 8 years ago. I was the president, like I said, of the neighborhood association. One person, and it pissed me off, she worked at the community foundation. I almost said her name, but I'm trying not to. She said, Davis, you're going to mess up all our money coming. You're going to mess up all this money. So that's when they hurry up. Like I showed you that picture that was on Welch.
Yes,
and that's
I got
on
that down
but
here.
watch this.
Yes.
She was one of the main ones caused because they got so mad at me. They chose, I'm in the heart of Civic Park, historic district. Yes. They made it, and that's the downtown of Civic Park, by the way. They moved it over there on Welch to make sure I don't get a dime because I wouldn't comply. And so my blows was beyond just counsel. And it's hard when you know the only purpose I have is to try my best to help you. And there's some beautiful homes over there. Stanley and them, they got some gorgeous homes over there. And back, thumb that. And he said, look, let me tell you, I asked him, how y'all gonna invest all this money over here on Dayton? Man, look, well, that shit tore down in 2 hours. That means they're gonna just run you out of there. And that's what's going to happen. The thing now, pay attention, like I say, water bill and tax, because in 2 years, it's going to fool me if you can still afford it, because they already know your income. If I make 150,000 a year, all I do is raise up to 175,000. I got other bills, and now you got health conditions. I'm telling you, ain't no game.
You know, and they showing us a little bit every day. The
Yes,
houses that they building down by Hurley,
Yes,
114
That's-
to 250,000.
and not in Grand Blanc.
That's not affordable to me.
Grand Blanc is old news.
Oh
Flint
yeah.
is where the money is. I tell
See
anybody,
that?
if you got a property in Flint, you better hold on to it.
Maurice, they should have known when they took Clarissa Shields' picture off of Atwood and put her down there on Burston.
Correct.
They should have known then.
Correct.
That's something was coming.
Correct.
But that leads me into you touched on it a little bit. Why in Flint and you've been here all your life?
Mm-hmm.
Why do you think that we have to? The people that we trying to help are the ones that we have to fight the most. Is it a distraction or are we conditioned to think that another black person doesn't want to help us? We got to look to the white
Flint
man.
is owned by about 7 to 8 people. Flint is owned by 7 to 8. I'd go high as 9.
What, you mean owned?
Owned, literally owned. Leland McGee oftentimes say stakeholders.
Yes.
You got the chamber, you got
Gatekeepers.
DDA, you got Ridgeway White. You hear Woodson say it all the time.
Yeah.
I know what I'm talking about. Because when the real meetings, they call the shot who's going to be sitting in that mayor's chair. Don't know anybody get to be no mayor in this city. You have to be. That's why I notice how after they promise you the world and the stars till they get in there, then all of a sudden they didn't change. That's, by the way, let me put this caveat. When I ran, Jackie Poplar was the one I ran against. UAW, all of the muscle, that's why I showed the flyers. When I ran, people knew me as Maurice the musician, Maurice the one that played all these blues festivals. Watched it before they lied on me in the politics. All we ever had was copy machine paper.
I never seen a yard sign.
I ain't never had number
never
copy
seen
machine. We had a copy machine and ink, and we went door to door because, and it was, and Jackie Poplar, she laughed at me so hard. I said, "Boy, get on out of here. Can I put a yard sign?" "Yes, Miss Poplar." I didn't get mad at her, and she quit speaking to me, and that's nothing but the truth. Even at the last festival we had, August, Jackie sold her wares at
I was
the
gonna
festival.
say I seen her out there selling them.
All
hats.
right then. I don't, and Liddell stopped by along with the pastor, but you know, I can't pay you back. My God can. That's the end of that story.
Well, we had recently a councilman on the city a city of Flint councilman, Dennis Pfeiffer. He was threatened.
Yes.
He said that the FBI is involved,
Correct.
the police is involved, the council people. You see sympathy outpouring from all over the world.
Yes.
But I thought back to
Correct.
when you was threatened.
Correct.
I said it, and I meant what I said when I said that it had to happen to a white man
Correct.
in order for people to see the problem.
Correct.
Am I wrong or am I right?
No, yeah, absolutely. It's different treatment. Mays is right with that. A lot of things Mays say is spot on. Period. Spot on. His delivery may be a little different, but he's spot on. It's totally different treatment. They actually laughed and thought it was funny when the state picked it up and they tried. When I found out, and I talked to some of the guy that was doing it, not only threatened me, but Beverly too. I'm finna kill y'all. But I know, well, I gave him the address, son, whatever you do, just come on. Because see, one thing about me, I'm the biggest. Oh, yes, I invite him over. Please come. Because I done put my gun in a couple. When I say put them in my mouth, because they tried to rob me.
Right.
I carry a gun everywhere I go. Even at council, even Mays referred to when me and him got into it. I don't need no gun. But what I'm saying is this. Fear, I quit anything when I get fearful. I'll leave Dayton Street if I'm fearful.
Right.
Thug life, I know that. Most people I hung around doing double life or double homicides back when we was kids. Right. So that's nothing to me, trying to be thug. Man, you don't even know what thug is. It's a little young stuff. But what I'm trying to say is this. It's hard, Wyntis, when people don't know the treatment, when they try to come against us. It's hard when the people I work for laugh at you. Right. But then when, like you say, the fight, forget it. Oh Lord, all hell gonna break
Yeah.
loose. Oh,
Yeah.
poor us. We got a long ways to go. We got a long ways to go. And Pfeiffer's a nice man, for I can see. And I got nothing against him.
Right. It's just the situation at whole. Like, it is different treatment. And you can absolutely tell.
But I'm gonna tell you the good part. While I'm sitting on 810 News Media
There you
Group,
go.
here go the good part. I want to see when he don't vote lock and step. What happened?
Moving right
He gonna need to call the FBI back. Hey, y'all, come on back. Wait till you don't vote lock and step.
Right.
Because I know
right.
what I'm talking about.
Right.
Just like I heard Wilson today talking about the NAACP.
Oh, well, let's talk about
You
it.
got to
then.
balance. He wasn't talking about him. He was saying how he gonna do Quincy and them without doing the other. Right is right, wrong.
I respect you, Arthur Woodson, for that, and I'm going to say that publicly.
And that meant something to me because that once what Arthur doing, I'm doing, and I hope y'all stay doing, that's gonna change the game of how people do politics.
Right.
Because the news is skewed. Neely worked at 12.
Yes.
You think they're gonna go? No.
Mickey, come on in, Mickey.
I only got one disagreement.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Even though
You got your microphone on?
Yeah.
Okay.
Believe I like everything he said. Only one thing I gotta disagree with. He forgot to name. You gotta go back who had the leadership of these organizations.
The leadership of the
Whoever
organization.
running the organization. You can't just say NAACP ain't good, but who running it? The NAACP can be good. It's just whoever in them positions.
Correct. And you know who run? Who you know the president? I dare y'all to not say it. Go.
Oh, it's Francis.
I'm gonna interview you.
I mean, I tell everybody knows the president of.
But see, when you report news, that's just the facts. You can't. I don't dodge.
I can't hide like Art said.
Francis
I can't come
Gilchrist
here and
is the
say
president.
I'm gonna keep it 100.
Dumas was the vice president or whatever.
No,
He still is first vice president.
They don't get no do. But when you sitting in that council seat, that's what. Like, oh, I ain't gonna say that because I know a team I'm on. These folks losing everything.
Everything.
And I'm not playing the game no more. If you could do one, Quincy, you could do the other. Now, I ain't going to cast judgment on it. I can't go no farther than that. I don't know what happened or none of that. I don't have the facts.
Right. Now, we don't have.
But if you jump out there, tell the truth that you know to be true. And I'm done with it. And that's why I give Woodson the credit. He trying to balance that thing out.
Right.
And then I heard him on the intro. He said, look, I'm not against nobody.
Right.
I get it.
Right.
I get it. He trying to balance it out, and that make good sense.
Well, see, no. Go ahead.
Correct.
They do. I mean, and we know, and I think that's what's so wrong with a lot of politics. Period. And I'm not just gonna say Flint politics and politics. Period. People can't separate business from personal. Right. They're merging them together now. Mace told me a long time ago. I think back in his second year, I should be able to come in here and argue, and we should all be able to go out and have a beer after this.
Let me tell you about Maze. You hear me call him a damn fool, educated damn fool.
All the time.
But listen, he leave that over there. When I call him, like we talking now, hey, Councilman, what's going on?
See, people don't know that, Maurice.
We talk like we the best, and we are.
People don't know that, yes.
But here go an example I oftentimes use. On council, debate is arguing. You have to argue on debate.
You got a hello from Bishop T. Priestley Flowers out in California. He said to tell you hi.
Hey, Bishop. I make sure I don't use no kind of cursing. I don't curse too often.
From Compton, California. He said, make sure to tell you hi. My big sister, Christine Brown, and my mama watching tonight. So I'm doing good tonight.
Yes.
But go ahead.
But what I'm saying is this. I get it why people crazy about Maze. The man is genuinely gold. He got a golden heart. But I know him good enough to chastise him. He act a fool in public. I'm gonna chastise him in public. Oh, Maurice Davis, he gonna fool. You messed up my whole ward when you did that. Because I was giving it all I got. And you know that's hard because a lot of people, I can't get their houses back now. Right. A lot of them done died now. So, but you clowning. And as you can see, I tell people all the time, I got more stuff now than I ever had.
Right.
All down in Tennessee. You ain't gonna hurt me. I'm an old professional.
Right.
That's what I do. But to help my hometown, I had said, the hell with it, don't you ever ask me about politics again. I'm finna hit the highway and make money. That's what I do. People think I ain't doing nothing. I write all day long, different record labels. I'm busy.
Right.
But what I'm saying is this: my city is hurting. I can't do it.
Right.
And the main reason they're hurting, they can't buy the truth in this town because every seat down there, all 9 of them is coming with a price. Everything will put you in them. I'm telling you what I know to be true. You will not sit down there. Amazing, nobody gonna argue this point without being bought.
Oh, that's what I was going to say. Dare I say is our activist, because I'm just not an activist.
He's an advocate now. He jumped off of that train.
Because I do want to clear that up. But also look at the people that's on the board of these organizations. Is they because it sounds like it's saying like everybody is bought off from the activists.
And it seems like it's a recycling. Like they go from this foundation to that foundation.
Let me tell you how the boards work. Let me just give you a caveat, a truth, and I would love Neely or anybody else say, Davis, you lying. Economic development, Brown. You only there to be a yes vote.
Oh, so
you
I'm
don't
only
vote
putting on the board people that I know going.
Ethics, accountability, the give me the other one, the
zoning,
all of
planning.
They only put you in them chairs to line up. People like me, they will never put back in there because I'm not gonna line up. But not some boards.
Maurice, how many people did they run against you when they was trying to get you out of there? This
is what really made me mad. I was so strong to them. Trump wasn't doing it for them. It had throw it away. No, they had to come up with another concocted idea. So they dropped damn near $1 million, I believe, on Liddell Lewis. And watch this. To the day they redropping over $1 million on Liddell Lewis. And they made the 9 people to dissolve any votes I had. And they took my own association behind my back.
Sorry.
My historic Civic Park Neighborhood Association came against me. The pastor up the street, me and Sherman McCaffrey, I helped him with everything he do, came against me. And then Liddell and them, they all just lied. They tried to Trump. When Trump didn't work, I'm a homophobic. I'm this. I'm trying to screw everybody. I'm feeling all the women. I've been arguing kids and women. I don't know how many years.
Me every man.
But what I'm trying to say, every lie they could dream of, they said anybody but you. They didn't care who, as long as it ain't you. Because I had it just like I am now. If I was down there with Mays now, we'd have a back bar. Mays, let's get some work done.
Now, is he telling the truth? When I just heard you say they dumped $1 million. When you get down there and say this dark money that's had the
Mays said all the time.
The literature. So he telling the truth?
Hell yes, he telling the truth. They doing it now. Listen, we just got a flyer the other day. All of the y'all opera money is in Second Ward. Right down through every house you want. Why? They trying to keep her down there because she compliant. They can't afford, they scared. If they put her out that chair, Rich Jones and them ain't gonna compete. If I decide to say I'm running, people know now. They know I'm gonna just sweep the house, and now they got a problem with me and Mays. See who could do? I ain't gonna be bought. Mays is already, we like this.
Right.
And that's why he don't like me, because only problem with Mays, you ain't gotta be jealous of me. I'm a musician. I ain't trying to be no. I'm just trying to make sure these folks keep what they got, and I'm done.
But see, y'all can separate that. Y'all gonna argue when it come time to get down to business, and we can resume this.
But he gotta know I'm not gonna be his yes vote. I was that the first 3 years, a puppet vote. No, what's best for them people. Because if somebody get in your ear and there's something I don't feel gonna help, my thing is poor folks, white, black, blue, green. I don't have no prejudice in me, none. So as long as I think in Mays, this is the key. Whether I get in there or not, he go the secret to all of it. Them agendas come every week. I dare you to look at any of them. Ain't never got nothing to deal with the residents. Mays, we're going to do some walk-ons. We're going to go in special affairs. We got to, and I don't want just no committees on them. I want some stuff where we're going to vote, and I dare every one of these 9 folks to say, stuff to benefit the people that put them in that chair every week. Remove the stipulations. Don't give Habitat a damn dime if they don't do. Look, every dime you get is reallocated. I don't care what they say. It end up in Carriage Town because that's part of their growth. Go look at all the new houses, the tiny house. The north end of Flint now is Fifth Avenue to University. They call that the north
that's
end.
the north end.
You didn't know that. Not Cobner Road. The north end right now is at University where they building the $109,000 to $250,000 houses. Now,
and then I hear you say, but they building the big houses on the north end. But then I hear you say they was gonna put some little tiny homes.
Hurley got a development coming, a brand new homes. Hurley do. They just announced that on 12 about 8 days ago. Mm-hmm. They got the tiny house they claim for veterans. Now, here go the kicker. And I got a little sidetrack. Bursting $1 million entity. As you bring these $1 million entities, and this where it chokes with Dayton Street. This is the only reason if I change one brick on that old building, I almost got to let it fall down because I know the scam now. They got me because we're under the new charter. The 2017, a historic structure could stand, but I had to get permit. But now it's condemnable. So if I change one thing, I have to fix everything. And I tell people, be careful to try to get that roof done, because if you try to get a heating company try it. They won't touch the duct tape. Asbestos. That's why a house is abated before they can tear it down for asbestos. And it costs an extra $8,000 to $10,000. A normal $8,000, $9,000, $12,000 to take down is $22,000, $23,000 sometimes to tear down one structure. More money. And they dirty enough to pull out the driveway so you can't park on that land. And they got it so now in your deed, if you did buy a lot, whoever looking, you can't use that lot for building because it's redone. The land use is redone for green space.
So Maurice, is it true what I'm trying to tell the people every day, that they gotta keep poor folks poor in order to get more money to come in from the government?
Yes. This is where I'm finna derail. Let me explain something to you. Now I'm finna derail all of this. The hate, y'all get ready. Y'all gonna go all yellow, frowned up face. Listen,
come on with
it. Democrats. I'm gonna say it again. Democrats, they give a lot of money. They give all the money. I'm trying not to go over privilege. When I start, it's privileged information that's bound up in here. They give the money. I was on the leadership. Me, Major Carter, Mayor Weaver, list. Pastor Bishop Martin, Overton, Jesse Jackson, Martin Luther King Jr., no media. They give the money. Now, I got to explain this to an audience that might think I'm speculating. They give the money, but it's left because it's liberal, loose money. They give it, and it comes in. I use opera funds as an example. They give it with all these stipulations that only go to nonprofit. Now, nonprofit is just a little different entity than a profit. Nonprofit means I'm gonna just spend it back into the community. But I can write me administrative fees in there of $100,000, $80,000. That's why you see all these folks, this kind of business. We helping the children do this support. They ain't doing about milking the system, but they cannot. Isaiah Oliver is the community foundation. All of that money comes through them. Like when people say, "Where's the water crisis money?" We even didn't get it.
Come on with it.
We even didn't get a dime of that. Me and Beverly met with Isaiah like we sitting here talking. Second floor of that building downtown. Now he said this, Davis. When Beyonce, Jay-Z, all of them gave their money, it comes with instruction. The instruction is it only could go to nonprofits. Now, the nonprofits started jumping out the wall because they tell people to start profit. You, as a resident, $94 million. Only ones could get the money is a nonprofit, but I'm add a caveat to broke nonprofit, not beneficial. Now, Charles Stewart Mott, they give money, they philanthropists, but they only could give it by law. And if I was on council, may change that. Oh, that's not local, that's state. Let's change it in the state. That's federal. Let's change it up in the feds. You Democrats, when it come, y'all, like I said, with this business right now, y'all would be able to apply, and they can't deny you. 100,000, 200,000. You heard Mayor say all the time with the building Matina and what I'm got downtown. But here go the problem. Here go another stipulation the Democrats did. Oh, you don't have enough seniority. In other words, credit. So you need a fiduciary. I have used them. Ruth Mott been a fiduciary of mine. Habitat for Margaret Cato, CEO, a fiduciary of mine. I have did all kinds of businesses downtown, way before I sat in the council seat. So when I started seeing the scam, I said, oh, Lord. Till this day, when I seen that money come and then nobody qualify, they can't spend it. And they came with nothing but stipulation. But wait a minute, y'all voted for Biden to get in there. He gave the money, but he made the ones that was in compliance with whoever that I said about 7 people on Flint. So they're going to regulate it. Now look at Burston. Look at your streets. Why? Nothing. They told me in my own ear that they can invest in that's going to sustain you on the north end. So guess what? You got park benches. You got all these milk and cookies meetings. But poor folks getting bamboozled. That's why the whole song I'm saying, moving forward. Yes, you did. But you left the people that put you in that seat out. A nonprofit is only for profit for the folks that they want to give the qualification to. You can apply, but you ain't gonna get it. Just like the ARPA funds. Nobody. That's why Habitat, it ain't their money. It was your money, but they have to come through them. And guess what they did? They had a public hearings, and then they reallocated down to Carriage Town. And that's what's going on. Now, here you go. Here go the truth. Black folks can't handle. And the whole truth. I don't give a damn who Trump's screwing. Feds is different. I mean, the Republicans is totally different. Here you go. Notice how beautiful their neighborhoods are compared to ours. Tell me I'm a damn lie. While they selling these lies and we living in a damn slum, these so-called Democrats is putting money out of that pocket to that pocket. Republicans, notice beautiful homes, buses, got it. And our broke asses move around the Republicans. If you love Democrats so much, why in the hell you ain't moving on the north end? I'm going to tell a hard truth because I'm the wrong one to ask. Right. But I'm going to tell you this. The Republicans, Trump the biggest asshole, he rich, whatever you want to call him, but he's rich. And here you go. He's old. He's rich and old. When you done had a heaven on earth, he know it's time to check out soon. So he got to make good. Now here you go. Y'all remember the stimulus check? Whose name was on that check?
Donald Trump.
Donald Trump. Because why? Republicans know how to keep up with money. They ain't gonna play that stipulation game. So what they do, they make sure it goes to your damn mailbox. And people bite the hand that fed them. The apartments I referred to earlier on Saginaw in front of Smith Village, guess who built them? Come on now. Ben Carson brought a $30 million check. We had a press conference. Weaver was the mayor. It was to move them people out of the projects so they wouldn't be, they'll be in somewhere decent and regular. And Suzanne Wilcox, she said, okay, we're going to build it for the people in the projects. Right. They got there, then qualified 25 people because it wasn't their intent to put them poor folks downtown. I could scream at what I know because the Bible, God always got a way out, but the devil is a master deceiver and liar. So what happened is, am I telling you to be and one? No, I got a God. I'm now one. Right. But whoever my God sent to help me, I'm going to get help. That's why all of the churches, Democrat, why? You think Martin them ain't got money? And I could go into detail, but I don't want to go that far. Right. Man, come on now.
So we had a discussion about this on Facebook a few weeks ago where Ice Cube, and Mickey talks about it a lot.
Yes.
He said we've been conditioned as a black people to vote Democrats, but we've been suffering
Look how you live.
all of these years.
Look how you live. All you have to do, an apple tree produces apple. Why in the hell they neighborhoods are just peaceful, beautiful homes, beautiful. You think them Democrats running and owning downtown Chokes and them Lake Finney oftentimes here where Neely might be building a house? Because you got to be a token for, listen, this is a Democrat stronghold. Millions of dollars, I'm gonna say it again, they spend, but they don't spend it on the poor. Now, Barack Obama, me and Beverly volunteered, he came to Kettering. I was a fanatic for Barack Obama. At Kettering, he said this, and I don't pay attention when you talk. Middle class, I know I'm poor. He said, let me tell you, if you elect me president, I'm gonna help middle class America. If you play it back, all you're gonna hear is middle class. You ain't gonna hear the poor, you're gonna hear middle class. And these fools in Flint thinking working in the shop is middle class. Middle class is $250,000 up to $2.5 million a year in America. In America, not Flint. Hell, $200 a month probably is middle class in Flint. But in America, $250,000 to $2.5. Poor rich is $2.5 million and up. Beyonce and all of them. $250,000 and down is the poor. But he said, I'm for the middle class. Right then, nigga, you kiss my, you know what? Right. And he showed it. Look at, he came to Northwestern, act like he was gonna drink of water, put it on his lips, say, oh, ain't nothing wrong with this water.
He sure did. He did.
What God love is the truth.
Did. And I'm glad you said that. We got over 150 people watching us, and we thank you. And I just want to ask you. People are watching all the way from East Coast to the West Coast right now. Maurice Davis, why do you think it's going on 10 years and Flint, Michigan still doesn't have clean water and we still don't have the pipes changed? Is that by design?
It's by ignorance. When I did that piece out there, when I got off the radio, I was doing Charlie McDuff on Detroit. I got off, and he asked me a simple question, sign out. What you gonna vote for? I said, I don't know. Hell, Biden said I ain't black unless I vote Democrat. The hell with him. So after I got off, I had a call from the White House. Had picked it up on Black Rock, a national Republican station. An hour or two later, guess what? The White House was on the phone because our vice president of Flint City Council, Democrat in a Democrat stronghold, and the president was running again. So he said, wait, the president interested in speaking to you, Councilman. Long story short, same damn thing. He said, Davis, first, how's the water up there in Flint? I said, Mr. President, our water ain't no cleaner than it was years ago. The money came. He said, look, wait a minute, you telling me that the water is still undrinkable? All the money we sent up there? Yes, it is, Mr. President. That's when he said, I tell you what, he wanted me to meet him, not Pence, up in Lansing. I couldn't get there that day. He said, well, if you can't get there, I need you on the tarmac of Bishop Airport. I want to talk to you. And he said, what can I do to help you? I said, and at that time, if y'all remember, they was had the pods or whatever. They had just took the pods, and people was trying to get in line to get water. Right. I said, Mr. Trump, I remember the stimulus check. I can't remember the exact amount, but I said, if you did this for everybody in Genesee County, we really appreciate it. And they spent it on me. I said, if you could give us $600 a month to our water fix. He said, we could talk about it because we have the funding for it. And that water should have been, we sent damn near short of $1 billion damn near Michigan. Where did it go? And if you remember, when we was in there, what's the name read off where it was going way up in Lansing, and all money was going everywhere, but where? It's Target. And that's how that came. It wasn't about me being no Republican, but then all of a sudden, we don't represent no Republican. Man, we need help, fool. The president of the United States, a mayor, you won't see no city where the mayor standing up on that podium. Clear with Secret Service and all. And I was treated, and by the way, I was treated like gold, and so was Beverly. And they came, the mayor should have been there, and all 9 councilmen. That was help for us.
And you say it's by ignorance. I got one more question I gotta throw in there
before
we end it out. 10 years,
Mhm.
going on 10 years, water bad, pipes not done. 10 years, and that same man we talked about earlier, Arthur Woodson, it has taken us 10 years to get a cancer cluster study. Why did it take so long?
If you want truth, I just flat tell you.
I want to know.
They're ready for your ass to die off, get out the way, and they gone and turn this thing around like they want to. And they brought in a new race of black folks. It's called the Ukrainians and everybody else. Only reason you sustained this long was for a vote. So they brought in a whole new train load, truck load, or whatever of new votes. And they changed the game that you can vote 30 days or a year later and it still be counted. Pay attention to it. How long you gonna dumb yourself down? If people want your vote, they should do something for your vote. You can't afford, we ain't gonna be here. And by the way, the water poisoning is real. Them kids is damn near dead. Go up in the Southwest. It'll make you cry. It'll make you cry. Today, I was up there. I heard the art teacher say, they was doing art. She said, hell, I can't even get them to color. And I'm talking about 8th graders. Last week, they had a student count day. Whoever went up there, not only homes on the backside and Southwest in the front, damn bounce houses. Wow, these Negroes playing games.
Bounce houses at the
I
school.
promise you I'm lying. Ask anybody.
So the kids could come to school to get on the damn bounce.
And they bounce housing. Now, what kind of damn board of education is? See, it's so many moving parts while people playing on people. And then once they hit, notice in 2 weeks or so, it's another government shutdown looming where you might not get a pension check. And another thing before I get out of here, what happened to the strike? They shut it down. Why? It's poor folks out there. Because if it was a real strike, all of them would have came out. How in the hell I'm going to be out here picketing and y'all finna go to work? I'm going to be out here forever. And General Motors said this, we lost $400 million so far dealing with the strike. So we up our strike kitty to $6 billion. How long y'all, they can handle it? $6 billion. Now go check see if Maurice lying.
Oh, I
accurate information. Now imagine feeding these folks, Woodson, y'all, me. Now people can make a choice where they know, okay, wait a minute, we getting lined up. You have to organize. You got to organize. And this is the beginning. Because why? First, you got to know it's a problem. If this plane crashing, hell, they thinking like the Titanic. They don't know it's sinking. But you have to know this plane is crashing. No other way they going to know without 810 news media. It ain't going to happen.
Thank you, Mr. Maurice.
And I thank y'all for me allowing me. And by the way, ain't none of this scripted. And I'm answering however.
I don't do no scripted shows now.
I'm telling the public. We want no pre-conversation. You talk about this. No, what come up, come out. Yeah. But what y'all got, Wyntis, is going to the top.
Thank you.
No, other people around the country need to see how real Black folks news need to be
put
ran.
In, you know how we end out? Put in where you from. Thank you all. Thank you.
Thank y'all.
They said, thank you.
Y'all have a good time.
Come on, where y'all calling in from?
Wow.
Where y'all watching from? We got to do our shout outs.
Well, we thank them all.
Thank you, Jeff. Thank you. Thank everybody on the YouTube. Over 160 people. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you all. Hey, thank you. Lynchburg, Virginia. There we go. Wow. Detroit. Oh, Mickey said I got about 30 more seconds. Baby doll in Detroit. Oh, okay. We have over 101 on YouTube. Okay. Alabama. Thank you, Mickey. Texas. North Carolina. Burger King. Auburn, Alabama. Swartz Creek, Michigan. Lake County, Illinois. Compton, California. Thank you, Bishop. Oklahoma. Maryland. Texas. You know, we got to go to Texas. Wisconsin. Thank you, baby. New York City. I can be a movie star. North Carolina. Dayton, Ohio. Flint, Michigan. Hey, Eartha. Downtown Flint. All right, Kermit. That's my council boy. Tampa, Florida. Beecher, Bucktown, Flint, Michigan, couple more Mickey, so then we're going to get out of here. Dallas, Texas, and Flint, and Richmond, California. Look, thank you everybody for watching. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I had a great conversation with you tonight. Thank you for coming.
Thank y'all so much. Trevor, all of y'all. Just keep doing what y'all doing.
We will.
And I'm telling you.
Oh, well, yeah, listen, wait a minute, y'all.
Start recording here.
Because you know what? He has joined the A10. You part
of course. I've been jumped in the car. I'm going to stay in the car.
Enjoy the ride to the top because we going.
Y'all, I travel a lot. And everything got a bias twist to it.
Right.
If we ever break that and just, it's going to cause others. When you don't lead, I'm a leader, I don't follow. So I don't have a script to go by. But when you doing this, I'm telling y'all right now, y'all on the leading edge of something that's going to help us come. And when I say us, poor folks, start coming up. Because people getting elected, and reason being, when election come, whoever's in that seat, you know, if you say they qualify, you got help.
I know.
That means, it's power when you say so-and-so, you ain't got to worry about this one.
Yep.
We'll be straight. Because you have people that, and then when you say put us on the agenda, remove stipulation,
right.
Freeze that taxes. If you don't, you ain't gonna be able to afford to keep what you got. And then make sure we gotta get kids can't even carry book bags to school. Get them thugs behind the bars, put kids that want to learn in the school. You shouldn't be bullied and scared to ride a school bus because somebody gonna jump you. No. Put consequences to the crime.
Well, listen.
This is how you start.
The Cane. Check them out.
Yeah.
7 p.m. every night.
I thank y'all.
And 7 p.m. especially produced by A10 News Media Group on Saturday nights.
Yes.
We love you. Thank you.
I love y'all more.
And
I really enjoyed myself.
Thank you. See y'all next week.
Y'all